Every once in a while, an athlete doesn't just win, they rewrite history. That's exactly what Scottie Scheffler is doing right now. At the start of 2024, golf fans expected a strong year from Scottie Scheffler. After all, he was already world number one, already a major champion, already someone you didn't bet against on Sunday afternoons. But nobody, not even the most optimistic Scheffler fan, saw this coming. In a sport defined by razor-thin margins, his 2024 campaign hasn't just been successful, it's been unthinkable. The kind of run that makes you ask, is this a moment of greatness or the beginning of something much, much bigger? Because what we're seeing isn't just dominance, it's the quiet dismantling of the field week after week. And if history's any guide, storms this big rarely pass quietly. By the time April arrived, whispers had already started. Scheffler wasn't just winning, he was crushing. 5 titles in just 8 starts, including the Players and the Memorial. Not since Tiger Woods' prime has a golfer made the leaderboard feel so inevitable. The moment he tees it up, broadcasters aren't asking if he'll contend. They're wondering by how much he'll win. His worst finish in that stretch? Tied for 17th. On any other resume, that would be a career highlight. For Scheffler, it's an outlier. In a game built on chaos and chance, he's becoming golf's closest thing to a guarantee. What's even more remarkable is how composed it all seems. No roaring fist pumps, no viral celebrations, just pure clinical destruction. Fans are stunned. Analysts are scrambling for comparisons, and record books, they're being rewritten in real time. ESPN, Golf Digest, NBC, they're all saying the same thing. We may be watching something historic unfold, and if this is only the opening act, you won't believe what's coming next. When you strip away the scorecards, highlight reels, and trophies, one truth remains. Scottie Scheffler's dominance isn't built on one hot streak or a lucky bounce. It's the product of a game firing on every single cylinder. The foundation? Ball striking. And it's not even close. According to Golf.com and PGA Tour.com, Scheffler is leading the PGA Tour in strokes gained tee to green by margins that haven't been seen since Tiger's prime. Fairways, greens, proximity, pick a metric, and he's probably first. If ball striking is the engine of modern golf, Scheffler's driving a Formula One car while the rest of the field is still in pit lane. But the biggest change? The putter. For the past 2 seasons, Scheffler's flat stick has been the only thing holding him back from absolute chaos on the leaderboard. In 2024, that weakness is turning into a weapon. NBC Sports noted his putting isn't just better, it's now reliable under pressure, particularly from short range. And that's made all the difference, because when you combine elite ball striking with just competent putting, you win. When both are firing, you don't just win, you run the table. Beyond the stats, there's the intangible element, mentality. NBC Sports called him in his own tier, not because he's loud or intimidating, but because he's untouchable. His demeanor never changes, tied for the lead or trailing by 2. He walks the same, talks the same, thinks the same. No panic, no press conferences about pressure, just total mental clarity. In a game where confidence vanishes fast, Scheffler is locked in like a machine programmed for winning, and it's not course-specific. From the wind tunnels of Bay Hill to the precision grind of Augusta to the strategy gauntlet of Muirfield Village, he adapts and thrives. Wet, dry, cold, firm, it doesn't matter. His game travels, and it's becoming impossible to find a setting where he looks uncomfortable. Because when every course feels like home, every leaderboard feels like it belongs to you. It's one thing to dominate, it's another thing entirely to shake the foundation of the sport while doing it. That's exactly what Scottie Scheffler has done, because now it's not just fans talking, it's the analysts, the legends, and the locker room. The golf world isn't just impressed, it's on high alert. Golf Digest called his season relentless. NBC used the word scary, and ESPN, they didn't hold back on declaring his run historic. That word doesn't get thrown around lightly. And when multiple networks agree, you know the story is writing itself. It's not just media spin either. Other players are starting to acknowledge the reality. Not behind closed doors, but in interviews, on broadcasts, and real-time post-round quotes, one top 10 player was overheard saying, "You're not beating Scottie unless he beats himself." That's not mind games, though, that's respect. When elite athletes start talking like that, it signals something deeper. A mental edge that's already affecting the field before they even tee off. When rivals speak like fans, something big is happening. Even PGA Tour insiders are shifting their tone. Golf Channel's primary analysts have started comparing his 2024 stretch not just to recent greats, but to the dynasties of golf's past. There's talk of the Scheffler era. Quiet at first, now getting louder. One segment openly asked, "Is this what the beginning of Tiger 2.0 looks like?" The question wasn't laughed off. It was discussed, seriously, because in sports, it's not just about what you do, it's about who starts believing in it. Headlines tell the story in rapid fire. Scheffler unstoppable, NBC Sports the new standard, ESPN statistically unfair, golf.com. Everyone else is playing for second, Yahoo Sports. This isn't just coverage. This is a coronation, and everyone seems to be preparing for a long reign. By the numbers alone, Scottie Scheffler isn't just having a hot season, he's operating on a level that borders on surreal. With 5 wins in just 8 starts this year, including career-defining victories at the Players' Championship and the Memorial, he's delivering results that even legends rarely achieve. He's not backing into titles. He's finishing tournaments like a closer in his prime. Each Sunday, he's not just playing golf. He's finishing off the field. And the scariest part? He's making it look easy. It gets more absurd. In those 8 events, Scheffler also collected 2 runner-up finishes. That means in 7 out of 8 starts, he either won or nearly did. His worst finish of the season? Tied for 17th. For any other player, that's a strong result. For Scheffler, it's practically a slump. He's not just consistent, he's consistent at the very top. ESPN described his run as statistically stunning, while Yahoo Sports called it flat out unprecedented. This isn't just good golf, it's a total numbers takeover. Then there's the stat that truly separates him from the pack: strokes gained, tee to green. According to golf.com, Scheffler leads this metric by such a wide margin, it's starting to skew the entire PGA Tour curve. He's so far ahead, analysts are now comparing his gap to the field to peak Tiger Woods, and not in a metaphorical way. The math is actually similar. He's hitting more fairways, finding more greens, and creating more birdie chances than anyone else. And when the numbers start echoing Tiger, you know you're not just watching a streak, you're witnessing a standard. So, what do you call a golfer who's redefining dominance in real time, on every leaderboard, in every stat column? You don't call him lucky, you don't call him hot. You call him exactly what he is, a winning machine, and machines, as we know, don't break easily. We're not just witnessing a hot streak, we may be witnessing the birth of an era. What Scottie Scheffler is doing right now isn't just statistically impressive or visually dominant, it's foundational. His performances are reshaping what's possible in the modern game. Golf has always had its eras. Hogan, Palmer, Nicklaus, Tiger, and now, maybe, Scheffler. There's a growing sense in the golf world that we're not watching a run. We're watching a regime quietly being built. And in sports, those moments are rare and unforgettable. The way Scheffler plays, calm, methodical, surgical, is starting to influence the players around him. There's less obsession with raw power, more attention to precision, course management, mental control. Young pros are studying his demeanor. Coaches are studying his data. Broadcasters are shifting their language. He's not just winning, he's moving the culture forward. When a single player starts changing the rhythm of a sport, you're no longer talking about performance, you're talking about impact. And that leads to the final, inevitable question. If this is only the beginning, what's the ceiling? What does the next 5 years look like for a player who's already doing things we haven't seen since Tiger? What happens when his putting becomes a true weapon, when his major count starts climbing? We could be standing at the front door of a historic career, one that rewrites what dominance looks like in this era. Because right now, Scottie isn't chasing legends, he's quietly becoming one. So now we ask you, are we watching the next golf icon in real time? Is this dominance or is it destiny? Let us know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because if this really is the beginning of an era, with 5 wins already in the bag, Scottie Scheffler's 2024 season feels like a completed masterpiece. But here's the catch. We're not even halfway through the year. The US Open is just around the corner, followed by the Open Championship and the FedEx Cup playoffs. Each event now feels less like a tournament and more like a proving ground. Can he win 2 majors in one season? Could he sweep the summer? With the way he's playing, it's no longer a wild question. It's a legitimate conversation. And when the biggest prize still lies ahead, the hunt becomes even more dangerous. Beyond trophies and headlines, There's another number that has the golf world buzzing: strokes gained. Scheffler is putting together a statistical season so dominant, it's inching into uncharted territory. Golf.com analysts have already raised the possibility that he could break Tiger Woods' all-time single-season strokes gained record, a benchmark once considered untouchable. And this isn't hype. The data backs it up. Tournament after tournament, his margin over the field continues to widen. If he keeps this pace, we're not just talking about greatness, we're talking about history. Which brings us to the looming question: is this the most complete player of this generation? It's one thing to win, it's another to win everywhere, under every condition, against every type of field, and Scheffler is doing exactly that. He doesn't overpower courses, he outthinks them. He doesn't just play well, he plays smart, surgical, patient. PGA Tour veterans are already calling him the gold standard. And if that's what he is today, what does tomorrow even look like? What's next for Scheffler? More pressure, more eyes, bigger targets on his back. But so far, nothing seems to rattle him. If anything, the bigger the stage, the more he delivers. And the next stage might just be the one where legends are made.